You're watching Tigers baseball on FSN Detroit.
Oakland ahead 1-0. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Here is our Aflac trivia question. Name the last Tigers rookie pitcher and year, by the way, to win 11 or more games in a single season.
Aflac.
And your answer is Brian Moeller back in 1997. He had 11 wins that year. You needed the year too, not just the player. So if you answered Moeller, you don't get credit. There's a base hit for Granderson. So Curtis gives the Tigers their first hit of the game. That's a tying run. We thought it would be a pitching duel in this one, and so far it has worked out that way. We'll see what Mr. Leland has in store here with an excellent batsman at the plate and some speed at first base.
He's got some options. He could put a sac bunt on, or he could allow Polanco to try to work himself into a count, which would be a hit and run count.
Strike called on the inside corner.
That's why that first pitch is so important for Herron in this situation when you have a guy like Polanco that handles the bat so well. Placido doesn't walk a whole lot, nor does he strike out a lot. He's got that huge hole on the right side of the infield as well because of Swisher holding on Granderson, and sometimes he likes to go in that direction, and that would get Granderson over to third. But Bradley in right field does have a pretty good throwing arm, as does Kotze in center field. Really, all three of their outfielders have good throwing arms.
And Herron has also featured a pretty good move. He picked off Guillen earlier in the ball game, keeping a close eye on Granderson at first base. One ball, one strike on Polanco, who fly to left field back in the first inning. Bouncing ball, base hit into left field. Right through the hole, out of the reach of Chavez, out of the reach of Crosby, and here come the Tigers now with the first two men on in the fourth.
Smart player is Placido Polanco. We told you where he likes to go with that type of situation, with the guy being held on, but Herron did not allow him to do it. They tried to crowd him inside, hits the ball on the ground with some good velocity, and Crosby not able to snare it.
So after going 3 innings without a base hit, they now have back-to-back singles, and they've got their 3 and 4 hitters coming up, Pudge and then Ordonez.
Yeah, you wonder if Pudge is entertaining the thought of maybe bunting for a base hit right here. Eric Chavez, a third baseman, playing about 6 feet in back of that third base bag.
Well, he tried it. I was about to say if he does, he's got himself a great opportunity because Chavez was so deep, but he just couldn't lay it down between the white lines.
It's good baseball, though. I mean, you see Pudge, and I saw him look out of the corner of his eye down at Chavez. And if he's able to get the ball down, there's no way that he throws him out. 1 sack bunt this year and 1 bunt for a base hit. That's good unselfish baseball. And that's how you win games.
Popped him up. The first baseman Swisher will make the basket catch, and so Pudge is out of there. That's a big out for Herron.
Herron not afraid to throw the inside fastballs when there's runners on the base paths. He's a good pitcher. We told you he came to the game with 6 wins, 8 losses, and an earned run average of 3.78 with any run support at all. We'd be talking about a guy with 10 wins at least. Last time up, he started Maglio off with that split-fingered fastball before crowding him with a good hard fastball inside.
In the air toward left field, hit well, going to the corner, and that ball is down. It's off the wall. Granderson scores. Polanco goes to third. It's a double and an RBI for Maglio Ordonez.
That's thinking in the game. That's overthinking the game. Maglio has watched Herron in this inning crowd some guys with fastballs inside because runners are on base. First time up, split finger, that time two-seamer, and boy did Maglio pull his hands in nicely to get the barrel of the bat over the heart of the plate, which allowed him to keep that ball fair. That is a tough pitch to keep in fair territory, but Maglio able to do it. Nice play in the outfield by Peyton getting that ball in because Placido had a real good break from first, excuse me.
And Guillen is not going to hit here. They're going to put him on with only one out and load the bases. They'd rather face Thames.
Smart play by Ken Mock. And what we're starting to see, Mario, as the calendar has turned to July, almost August, teams that are in contention are playing the first and second and third innings like they're the latter third innings of a ball game. You don't want to give away runs.
It's a different part of the year, isn't it? And Thames is waiting on deck, so he'll get an opportunity with the bases loaded as Guillen takes ball 4 outside. And yesterday, Marcus Thames was involved in the biggest play of the game.
He about killed Tadahito Oguchi of the White Sox. And if you haven't watched many of our games, I have told you that I played in Japan for 3 years, and the middle infielders in Japan, they don't worry about the base runners attacking them the way that Thames attacked Oguchi because they just don't play that style of baseball over there. And Oguchi's still learning American-style baseball.
He got flipped like a pancake yesterday, and that turned out to be the biggest play of the game. Now Thames can be involved in a big play here as well with the bases loaded.
Well, he should get a good fastball to hit here. And anything but a fastball, Marcus has to be disciplined enough to take it.
Herron, by the way, has a career-high 7 wild pitches. That's grounded foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, after that big play was the big hit. Thames breaking it up, and then Big Red going deep to center field to knock in a run. And the Tigers won that ball game 2-1. Here's the 1-1. Now 2-1. But when you load him up, and Marcus this year 4 for 10, you do put a little bit of pressure on your pitcher to throw strikes. He has fallen behind here 2-1. Now 3-1. Threw that ball away. Wait a minute. Polanco's going to try and score, but it was the umpire that threw that ball by the pitcher, so they're going to send him back. Nice try, though, Placido. Had Kendall thrown that ball by Herron, Polanco could have scored, but clearly the umpire threw this back. You watch Larry Young here take the ball out of his pouch.
He got to work on that throw.
As you like to say, he needs to get back in the weight room.
Yeah, he got to work on his form, too.
It would be an EU umpire. 3-1. Fouled back out of play now. 3-2 on Thames.
Well, if you're Carlos Guillen at first base, we just showed you the clip of yesterday afternoon and Marcus breaking up a double play. If you're Guillen, you have to be thinking along those same lines. You have to get out there as far as Swisher is giving you, and Swisher giving him a lot of room. And should he hit something on the ground, do not allow their middle infielders to turn it over.
Ground ball foul, though, outside of the bag at third. Marcus struck out against Herron back in the 2nd inning. Herron is in a jam here. He has surrendered the tying run, but the Tigers now have him full with only 1 out. And there's Dimitri Young waiting on deck. Fly ball hit well into right field, slicing toward the corner. That ball is foul. Boy, it's not very often you see Thames go that way, and he almost snuck one inside the pole.
Verlander's always smiling, isn't he? He's having a lot of fun in the big leagues.
Why now with his numbers?
It's good to be young and talented and rich.
Yeah, don't forget that. That helps. This helps smooth over the rough times, that's for sure. Ground ball hit to third. Chavez bobbles. Now he comes home. And they'll get the force. Looked like he was looking to throw to first base.
It's a smart play by Eric Chavez. That's why he's won 5 Gold Gloves. Either he was looking to go to first, or he took a peek at Geen out of the corner of his eye and then realized that they weren't going to turn 2 with this high chopper, so why not get the force out at home plate?
So they remain loaded now, in a grand opportunity for Dimitri Young to make a splash here in his first game back.
If you're Maglio, you have to anticipate maybe a split-fingered fastball that gets away from catcher Kendall.
1 ball to no strikes. Young struck out on 3 pitches in his first at bat back in the 3rd. Aaron trying to wiggle out of a big time jam. He's 1 out away from doing so.